Hey there, Kay Facchetti here, and I just want to welcome you to my Facebook Live today. I am coming to you from kayfacchetti.com, and things are a little different for me today. We are actually visiting my mother, and consequently, I looked for a place. I really wanted to be outside because we're in Florida, but the internet wasn't strong enough. So here I am. I'm in her office, and I hope that the sound is okay and the lighting is okay and so forth. Sometimes you just have to make do with what you have. So if you can hear me okay, or if you're having trouble, then I guess type in below and let me know. Meanwhile, we're going to be continuing with the theme of putting gold back in the golden years. And one of the ways that we can do that is through changing our daily habits. And it can be just one small change that we make in order to, that can really make a big difference over the next year in our life. And we're not talking about something that maybe has immediate results, because it isn't, whatever has caused whatever issues we're having wasn't an immediate thing anyway. If we are 30 pounds, 40 pounds overweight, it wasn't because we just suddenly ate 30 pounds of extra food yesterday. It's been a process that's put us in this situation. If we're having health issues, it's been a process that's put us in this situation. So by changing at least one habit, you can start to reverse that issue. It's like when you stop smoking and then your body starts to heal from that, but it's a process. So if you think that there's someone else that you know who might get value from this, please share this Facebook Live and tell them to hop on. Or also, if you want to continue to hear and discuss about what to do to put the gold back in the golden years, make sure you subscribe to the Facebook Lives. There's a button at the end of the live, and it'll say subscribe, and that way you'll get notified whenever I'm doing a Facebook Live. I kind of wanted to give a little bit more notification today, but I was unable to because I was having trouble with my service. So anyway, let's get going. We are talking about putting the gold back into the golden years, and there's 4 areas that I've kind of come up with. You may have another area that you feel like that might help, but the 4 areas that I've come up with are faith, health, relationships, and finances. So I have personally made decisions to add to my habits, change a daily habit in each of these areas, these 4 areas of my life, on a daily basis, at least 5 days a week. Let's put it that way. Some of them need to be every day. And I went over this a little bit on Monday, but just to refresh you, they are faith, health, relationship, and finances. And our church just happens to be doing something that is helping me with my faith, and that is a reading through the Bible in the year. And I've done this before, and I usually have a quiet time, a daily time each day, but in this particular case, I am actually going to be following what our church is doing. And if you want any information on that, or if you want the plan, just let me know. I can send you the link. But part of that I like to do, and something that I have been doing for a number of years now too, so it's a part of my daily habits, is a gratitude journal. And that is where, either when you first wake up in the morning, or maybe last thing before you go to bed at night, you just keep a journal of what you're grateful for that day. And it's good either way. You can even do both in the morning and at night. But it's good because it keeps you focused on positive. It keeps you focused on being thankful. And having a positive attitude, having a grateful attitude, can completely change your whole outlook on how your day is going, how your day went. Even if you had a tough day, to stop and to have a little bit of Pollyanna, if you guys remember that movie, but to have a little bit of an attitude of, well, no matter how bad it was, there had to be something good that came out of it, so that you come out with a attitude of gratitude. So you might want, if you aren't already keeping a gratitude journal, you might want to pick up anything that you can. You can even do it online if you don't want to buy a book, but just something that you can keep track of. And you know what's really wonderful with this is to go back every so often, maybe just spend like the last day of the year, just going back and reading through all the things that you have to be grateful for that year, because that will totally change your attitude about how things went. We tend to remember the bad things and not so much the good things. So just to have this record of all of the things that you have to be grateful for. Now for me, this year, I'm combining the attitude with my Bible reading. So I'm having, the first line is what I'm grateful for, and then I'm just having just a couple of notes, just something to remind me about what I'm reading and how I can apply that to my life. So that's what I'm doing this year as far as my faith. I don't know what your faith is, so, but you need to be doing something daily that is building you up in your faith, that is a positive thing. So even just the gratitude journal, you know, when the Israelites were wandering around, and when Moses was with them and they weren't allowed in the promised land, God provided manna for them every day for food, because they were in the desert. And there are so many times when we find ourselves in the desert too. So there's a lot of stories that we can correlate to that. And maybe you're in a desert right now. Maybe you're in a financial desert, or a health desert, or a relationship desert. Any of these things that we need to change our habits for. But as they were wandering around and they didn't have any food, then God provided manna for them to go out and pick up every day. But the point to this story, for me sharing it right now, is the fact that they had to go out and gather it every day. So there is daily things that, if you want to be fed, if you want to be healthy, if you want to have good relationships, there are daily things that we need to do. And so be prepared, make those habit changes, and do them daily. And they say 21 days, then you will have a changed habit. So the next thing that I have on my agenda is to improve my health. And there's a couple of things that I am doing. I think I talked to you guys on Monday about the fact that I'm doing 21 days of no sugar and no wheat. And that was on Monday, and I cheated Monday night. I got to be honest with you. I think I talked about the fact that I had made a homemade chocolate cake. And so we were leaving Tuesday to come to my mother's house. So Monday night, I'm like, oh gosh, okay. So I had a piece of the chocolate cake. So actually yesterday was my first day of the 21 where I didn't have any sugar or any wheat. So I'm on it, and I'm going to be writing it down, and hopefully I'm going to be able to figure out how to print something out on the printer so I can show you guys tomorrow just how I'm keeping track, and how you can write things down and have it written out and check it off, so that you're actually taking the time to not only write it down, but to check it off, and just the gratitude that you feel when you have set these kind of goals, these kind of daily goals, and you're actually able to say, I did it, I did it, I did it, I did it, I did it. And I heard the story once, and I'm not even sure who told this story. It might have been Ray Higdon, but of how Jerry Seinfeld would, when somebody asked them how he became how to become a comedian, and he said, well, write a joke every day. And he actually, I don't know if he still does, but at the time he wrote a joke every day. So with writing a joke every day, he actually would keep a calendar, and he would mark it off, so that there was actually a fence line that went all the way across the calendar for having written a joke that day. And it helped him to stay on track and to know that he had done it. And of course, when you're doing something every single day, you're going to continue to improve on it. So for our health, I have a couple of suggestions, and actually I think tomorrow I might do a little demonstration in the kitchen. But one of the things is to make yourself a tonic drink that can actually, it doesn't have to interfere with anything else. It's not replacing anything, but it's actually something just to help start cleansing out your body. And I have a couple or three that you can do depending on your taste and so forth. So I think maybe tomorrow I'm going to do a little kitchen demonstration on those. But another thing is, if you're not already doing any kind of exercise, then you may want to consider that at least something. I don't know what your health situation is, but at least to walk, even if it's only a half a block, something that's easy to do if you're able to, is to just start building up your core and your body with doing the plank. And if you're not familiar with what the plank is, then maybe I'll put a link below where you can Google it. I've seen calendars or whatever you want to call it, suggestions where you get down in the plank and you just start out with maybe 5 seconds. 5 seconds a day, but then you add a couple of seconds every day or every other day until you build up to a minute. Well, that's not a lot of time out of your day. And that is something that we can actually absolutely do. And you start out very, very slow. You don't want to hurt yourself, but then you keep adding to it. And then maybe along with that, you grab a couple of 1 pound cans of beans or whatever out of your pantry, and you just do some arm exercises with those cans. And again, that is not something that will take very much time at all. And it's something that's very easy. You don't need any special equipment and so forth. And the other one is to do and you can hold on to something, but just to kind of do like a bouncing where you're kind of going up and down and holding it maybe a little bit in the squats. And you can only go as far as what's comfortable and so forth. And again, all of these exercises you can find them on Google. It's not hard. But to just decide what you can do and do it daily. One of the things that it dawned on me today, my mother happens to have a treadmill. And it didn't dawn on me until it was too late, but I actually am, when possible, I'm hopping on a morning wake-up call with MLSP. And if you're not familiar with MLSP, then just contact me and I'll tell you about it. But they actually do training every day at 11 o'clock. And so I actually hop on. I'm thinking to myself, I can get on that and listen to the training call, because it's a phone call, listen to the training call while I'm on the treadmill at my mother's while I'm here. So that will start to get me in a habit of doing that particular, just walking every day. And then when I can be outside, I'll be outside. But just figure out what you need to do, even if it's small, just get started to build up your health. And now the next thing is relationships. What relationship do you have that you need to work on? Or what relationships do you want to build? Or where do you want to build new relationships? Just kind of set a goal. And this one may not be a daily goal, or maybe it will. Maybe you want to reach out to one person new on Facebook every day. Start building relationships that way. Or maybe there's people in your family that are a strained relationship. Maybe just start reaching out to them and doing what you need to do in order to be able to renew that relationship. But as you're thinking about your relationship, just think of positive things that maybe you need to forgive somebody. I've been there, done that. So whether they are looking for forgiveness or not, we forgive because of our own selves, for our own sakes. But whatever it is, to just kind of put your relationships on the list, so that, and maybe just pinpoint which relationship you need to work on the most. Maybe it's with your spouse, maybe it's with a child, so that you are then working on building that back, and again, putting gold back in the golden years. And finally, the finances. I don't know what your situation is. I don't know if you might be in a home-based business, so you might be setting your goals that way. You might be just in a point where you just need to, where you just need to declutter your house. Maybe there are so much found finances just in getting rid of things in your home. So maybe you need to set a goal of daily going through a drawer, or maybe going through a closet, or maybe this is more of a weekly goal to clean out one room or one closet a week, and then see what you can actually sell or what you need to donate, etc. Just decluttering can do a tremendous amount for not only your well-being and just good being, just being able to give to people or to be able to sell to help you with your finances. There are so many groups now on Facebook where you can, I know in our area, I think I'm a part of probably 14 or 15 different groups where you can put things on there, and then local people, you contact them and they buy it and so forth. So there's no need to even do yard sales anymore and all that hassle. You can just put things on there and talk to people and sell them. So those are my suggestions for today. And just to recap, with your faith or with your mindset, just to maybe start a gratitude journal for your health, to maybe start drinking a detox drink, a tonic each day for the next few weeks. And tomorrow, like I said, I think I'm going to do that, go over some recipes with you, and then just start some kind of small exercise. It doesn't you have to go crazy. You don't want to be sore. You don't want to hurt yourself, but some kind of small exercise. Relationships, think about who you need to reach out to and maybe improve on a relationship. And in your finances, maybe just start decluttering your house, getting rid of things and making a little bit of money back, and just being able to clean out more. So I hope those were helpful. If they were, please share this. Please share this Facebook Live. And again, if you wouldn't mind getting notified at the end, subscribing to my Facebook Lives. And tomorrow, let whoever know that we are going to be going over. I'm going to do one on some detox drinks, and they're easy and they're good, and most of it you'll have stuff in your cupboard to do it. So thanks. I hope you have a blessed day, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.